Okay, so this is how to do some basic edits to your website, and this will work for any page. We're going to use the example of the Be My Neighbor quilt along, but this will work for every page in almost every instance. So once we've logged in, we're going to go to the website and choose Pages, and then select the page that we want to edit. So we want to change our home page because this is the thing that people are definitely going to see. So we want to put all the latest and greatest here. You'll notice that as you scroll over these rows, or what we call modules, each of them has this little editing toolbar that allows you to rearrange the order, change the settings, edit it, etc. So if we wanted to change this information here for the Be My Neighbor quilt along, then we can click this little pencil to edit that section. So we're going to leave this section alone and just change this one. So let's go ahead and add our content. And we're going to go ahead and change the font family so it's not so kind of crazy. And then we'll change our color. Actually, we'll do that in a second. So let's add the rest of our content and information before we actually start designing it. Now, I've written out some of the content in Microsoft Word. This is a great way to do this so you can easily copy and paste, but I caution you, don't do any kind of formatting. Don't change the font color. Don't even add bold or italics. Just do regular plain text, and then when you copy and paste over, do all your formatting here. If you do the formatting in Word, it adds weird code that could mess up the appearance of the text on the website. So we're going to go ahead and copy this information and paste that in there. And you'll notice when you do that, it adds some of these gaps. So we can go back and delete those and just start working on formatting our content. So lists help people to read things. So I think all of the blocks, since there will be 16, we can add in a list. So let's do the bulleted list here. And I think this, let's see, every week, where it's kind of explaining this, every week we'll post a new block pattern. We'll make that in bold so people make sure to read that. And then we can go back and add some styles. So we can add maybe a nice maroon color here. And in order to get a consistent color, we can copy this hex code. So you don't necessarily need to know why this is the way it is, and you're never going to be able to create a hex code on your own. But every single color that you pick here will have a hexadecimal color code. And when you copy that code and then come over here and highlight this text, you can paste it into this hex color area and get the exact same red. So we have that red, and if you don't like that, it'd be a good way to go and practice changing font color. And we want to add a link to this Facebook note right here. So for that, we're going to go copy this full URL, and you need the entire URL. And once we have that word selected, we'll go ahead and click the link button and paste the URL. And make sure the text to display says Facebook, and then the target would be new window, because we don't want to close this window or have this window replaced with your Facebook window. We want to have two windows or two tabs open so they can easily come back to your website. So we'll go ahead and click OK. Should turn blue to indicate that it's a link. Let's go ahead and add a picture. So I'm going to just put my cursor at the very beginning of this paragraph. It's going to look a little weird at first, but don't worry about it. We're going to go ahead and click Insert or Edit Image. Now, if you don't already have the image uploaded, you click this upload icon, and you want to make sure that your image, see how this one was 693, it's going to take a long time to download it. Now, that might not matter for you. It really depends on how big and high quality the photo is. This one didn't start out very big, so it should be fine. But I did upload a new one that was smaller, and you always want to provide alternative text for people who have vision disabilities and they're using a screen reader. So we're going to say, Be My Neighbor quilt. And then if you don't want such a big picture, you can go ahead and hit, like, say, type in 200 and hit tab, and it's going to constrain the proportions so it doesn't get all wonky. Now, here's where a lot of people don't realize you have the options to kind of change the style. We can actually align this. Let's say I want it to be aligned to the right, and then I want to add some horizontal space. But I'll come back and show you what that looks like and how to edit after the fact. So we'll click OK. And now you can see that it's sitting on the right-hand side. If you forgot to do this when you were in here, you can come up to Formats, Alignment, and choose Right when you're selected on the picture, and it'll do it. So when I select this picture, I can also go to Edit Image, because right now it's really kind of touching this text right here, and it just looks cramped and cluttered. So I'll go ahead and click Insert Edit Image, go to Advanced, and for the horizontal space, so the space on the left and right, I'm going to put maybe like 7px for 7 pixels. So now that just gives us a little bit more breathing room. So the last thing we need to do right here is actually add the link to our document. So I've made a text for next week's information, but if you hit just enter or return at the end, you can start typing these for all 16 of the blocks. So I'll go ahead and undo that. And we just need to link this to the PDF of the first block 1. So in order to link to a PDF, we're going to click the same insert or edit link. But this time what we're going to do is we are going to click upload. And instead of uploading or linking to another page on our website, we're going to go to files. And we can either choose documents or images. And since this is a document, we're going to stay in the documents section and click upload. And we're going to find that file on the desktop. Let's see, there's the block 1. And then we can start the upload. And then we will choose that to link to. So now that that has our link in it, we want it to actually open in a new window again and then click OK. So once we are done with our creation, we can hit save. And once you see it stop loading, and you can see this example of it on here, then we should always check the actual website just to make sure. So now when we're on here, we can see the Be My Neighbor quilt along, and now people should be able to click and go to your Facebook page and then click, and it should download the PDF of block 1.